Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with the Seldom Seen series discussing Butcher Boys. The Seldom Seen series is the series in which Jason from Horrific Nightmares and I discuss movies that many people don't even know exist. They are typically often neglected sequels, remakes, or even standalone films. The movie we're discussing today is a combination of all three of those things. Butcher Boys, which is included on this 8 horror films DVD set, is a 2012 horror film, written by Kim Henkel. Horror fans will surely recognize that name. Kim Henkel was the co-writer of The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, along with Tobe Hooper. He also wrote and directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Butcher Boys was his second attempt at writing a TCM sequel. Earlier this week, for Controversial View, Jason and I discussed the lost Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel, All-American Massacre. Butcher Boys, also known as BONEBOYS, by the way, is sort of another lost TCM sequel. Kim Henkel originally wrote the screenplay as a sequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. After it was completed, however, he made some rewrites to make the film a standalone movie. Even still, watching Butcher Boys, it's clear as day it was meant to be an entry in the TCM franchise. As a matter of fact, Butcher Boys is more of a sequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre than some official sequels are to the original movies in their franchises. It was also intended to not just be a traditional sequel, but more of a requel. Hence why it fits into all three categories of the Seldom Seen series I mentioned earlier. It's still essentially a sequel, while also being a remake or reboot, and it is a standalone movie. This was a first-time watch for me, and I can assure you, if Butcher Boys was an entry in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, it would have ranked very high in my TCM ranking. Back when Jason and I uploaded those ranking videos, Butcher Boys was recommended to us in the comments. We had planned on covering it at some point, and even considered giving it a positive spin. It currently has a 3.5 out of 10 rating on IMDb, which is far too low. But we felt this was a case where the movie is more neglected or unknown than it is hated. I'm sure most didn't realize it was intended to be a TCM sequel, and I'm sure many didn't even know this movie existed. It's definitely seldom seen, which is why it belongs in this series. That 3.5 rating does bug me though, because Butcher Boys deserves much better. This film really impressed me. It's like one long chase scene from start to finish. I'm not exaggerating either. It's exciting from beginning to end. It never lets up, and I know I've used that phrase countless times in past videos, but Butcher Boys is on a whole other level. I'm telling you, it's complete carnage throughout the entirety of its hour and 27-minute runtime. Now, just to give a brief synopsis, Butcher Boys follows a group of young friends who are out for the night celebrating at a restaurant. Later on, they stop at a convenience store, and a stupid decision made by one of the friends results in all of them running from a mysterious group of people. Let's just call them human hunters. They're cannibals who may or may not have a connection to the family we all know so well from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Butcher Boys is like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a city setting. The movie was filmed on location in San Antonio, Texas. I love the setting. It works so well for this. The group runs, hides, and fights in the empty city streets at night. They make use of dark alleys and abandoned buildings. And no matter where they go or what they do, they just can't seem to get away. The kills are gruesome and at times downright disturbing. We get some almost always welcomed gratuitous nudity. Sissy, the main protagonist, is a fantastic final girl. I like how the name Sissy is similar to Sally. And speaking of Sally, Marilyn Burns makes a cameo appearance in the film, along with numerous others from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Butcher Boys contains more cameo appearances by TCM alumni than any other movie. It's like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre Easter egg hunt for the audience. It's not just characters either, but homages to the franchise as well. Rewrites or not, Butcher Boys feels like a TCM film. It's incredibly entertaining and wildly rewatchable. I wish I had watched it sooner, but the damn thing is so seldom seen. You may not have even known it existed, but now you do. So hopefully, you'll watch it too. But first, please watch Jason's video to hear what he has to say about Butcher Boys. Have you seen it? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Which seldom seen movie will we discuss next in this series? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.